In Deirdre's mind, my suffocating agony was just a toxic grab for attention. My actual life meant less than Terrence's corporate ladder, less than Eden's fleeting happiness. The last drop of adrenaline drained from my veins. I curled into a tight, shivering ball on the freezing hardwood, like an abandoned puppy. Then, the blackness swallowed me whole. My face remained locked in a bruised purple. My lips were entirely black. My eyes stared blankly at the ceiling, frozen in absolute terror. I was dead. I floated above my own twisted corpse, just a lingering ghost. Through the door, the dinner party was finally wrapping up. Terrence practically carried a completely wasted Reginald toward the entryway. Deirdre hovered right behind them, practically bowing in submission. "Drive safe, Reginald. We'd love to host you again soon." Deirdre's voice was sickeningly sweet. The moment the front door clicked shut, Deirdre let out a massive, relieved exhale. She couldn't hide the smug satisfaction on her face. Terrence's face was flushed red from the expensive bourbon, clearly thrilled with his networking victory. He strolled back into the living room and spotted the shattered ceramic on the rug, the vase I knocked over while choking to death. He scowled. "What the hell is this?" Deirdre snatched up a trash bag, her voice dripping with venom. "Take a wild guess. Your precious daughter. She saw the crowd tonight and pulled a massive stunt. Faked a panic attack for attention. I locked her in her room." Terrence yanked his tie loose and collapsed onto the leather sofa. "God, she's getting more and more unreasonable. So entirely self-absorbed." I lunged at them. I wasn't faking. I was choking. "Open the damn door." I screamed at the top of my lungs, but no sound came out. But my hands passed straight through Terrence's chest. My desperate shrieks dissolved into nothingness. Eden padded down the hallway, clutching a half-eaten slice of tiramisu. She stopped right outside my bedroom and tapped the wood with her tiny knuckles. "Wren, are you asleep?" Only the heavy, oppressive stillness of the hallway answered her. Eden tilted her head back, her innocent eyes finding Deirdre. "Mommy, why is Wren ignoring me?" I drifted down to the floor. I wrapped my invisible arms tightly around her small shoulders. "I'm not ignoring you, sweetie," I whispered. Deirdre marched over, her expression hardening instantly. "Leave her alone, Eden. She's throwing a ridiculous tantrum. Let her starve for a night. That'll fix her attitude." Terrence let out a loud yawn. "I'm hitting the shower. Don't let her ruin your mood tonight. Get some rest." Eden stared miserably at my door, but I wanted to play with her. Deirdre scooped Eden up into her arms and pushed a spoonful of dessert into her mouth. "Play with mommy instead. Your sister is being a brat. We're cutting her off." She scraped the leftover cake and the rest of the expensive catering straight into the garbage can. My phantom stomach twisted in a sickening knot. There they were, the fancy shrimp canapes, the exact poison that stole my last breath. Deirdre carried Eden away. The living room emptied out, leaving me all alone. I drifted back to my locked door. I stared blankly at the horrific, bloody gouges I clawed into the wood. I was dead, and they literally did not care. To them, I was just a petty, dramatic child who desperately needed to be taught a lesson. An hour passed. Deirdre bathed Eden and tucked her in. Then, she walked back down the hall and stopped right outside my door. She stood there for a long time. My non-existent heart hammered against my ribs. Did she finally realize? Is she going to check on me? She raised her fist. She just knocked. 2 sharp, light taps. "Wren, you asleep?" I phased right through the wood and hovered inches from her face. I stared into her exhausted, deeply annoyed eyes. "I was a little harsh earlier, but it was for your own good," Deirdre said, crossing her arms. "Your dad's promotion changes everything for this family. Why do you have to be so incredibly selfish?" She paused. She stood there in the quiet hallway, waiting for a corpse to apologize. But I would never be able to answer her again. Met with absolute stillness, Deirdre let out a heavy sigh, acting like she just checked a chore off her list. "Fine. Keep throwing your little tantrum." I left a glass of warm milk by the door. "Drink it. Think about your behavior tonight. You can come out and apologize to me tomorrow." She spun on her heel and marched back to the master bedroom without a single backward glance. She didn't even touch the doorknob. I stared down at the steaming glass of milk on the floor. I let out a bitter laugh. "Dead girls don't drink milk. Your apology is a little too late." I drifted after her into the master bedroom. Terrence was already in bed. He rolled over at the sound of her footsteps. "How is she doing?" Deirdre shrugged off her blazer, her voice dripping with exhaustion. "Dead silent. She probably cried herself to sleep. Kids these days just have too much fragile ego." Terrence sighed. "Don't push her so hard. Her health has been garbage since she was born. She's never had a single comfortable day." Watching Eden run around with boundless energy, it probably eats her alive inside. Deirdre sat at her vanity, scrubbing off her makeup with frustration. "I'm pushing her? She's the one suffocating me. It's the exact same exhausting pattern every single time. The second we give Eden an ounce of attention, she suddenly feels sick. Honestly, I think she fakes it. She's doing it on purpose to manipulate us." Terrence fell completely quiet. After a long pause, he rubbed his temples. "Stop overthinking it. I'll sit her down for a serious talk tomorrow. If she keeps acting out, we'll just book her a therapist." Hovering right between them, I listened as their words violently shredded what was left of my soul. To my own parents, my physical agony was just a calculated, manipulative performance. They had no idea. They didn't know about the countless nights I woke up suffocating in the dark. How I buried my face into my pillow and bit my own lip until it bled, just to endure the pain in silence. I had never dared to cry. I had had never dared to scream. I had been so terrified of waking them up, terrified of seeing the worry in their eyes. All my quiet suffering, all my desperation to be a good daughter. They labeled it as calculating manipulation. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Dad. I was just too useless. Even dying was a burden to you. If I had never been born, you would only have Eden, a perfectly healthy, vibrant daughter. Your lives would be so much easier. I lay down on the mattress right between them, just like when I was a little kid. Deirdre on my left, Terrence on my right, but I couldn't feel their warmth anymore, just the freezing void. The next morning, harsh sunlight sliced through the bedroom curtains. Deirdre woke up to prep breakfast. Walking past my door, she froze. The glass of milk sat entirely untouched on the hardwood. It was ice cold. A thin film had formed over the surface. Any trace of morning softness vanished from her face. Glacial fury took its place. She snatched up the glass and pounded violently on my door. Wren, get your ass out here right now. The bedroom remained trapped in a heavy, suffocating quiet. Deirdre's eyes flashed red. Her voice cracked with escalating frustration. What do you want from me? I already apologized to you last night. Refusing to eat? Refusing to drink? Are you seriously pulling a hunger strike? Who do you think you're punishing? Are you trying to literally drive me insane? Still nothing. Absolute silence. Her burning rage slowly bled into ice-cold panic. Her fingers clamped around the doorknob. A fierce tremor started to take over her entire body.